Imagine walking through Times Square, but instead of English billboards, every sign is in Spanish. From Miami to Seattle, Spanish is the primary language of schools, businesses, and government. What if history had taken a different turn, and the United States became a Spanish-speaking nation? Today on Did You Know, we're diving into this fascinating alternate reality and uncovering how language could have completely transformed American culture and power.
Imagine Times Square, signs in Espanol. From Miami to Seattle, Spanish takes control. Cervantes in classrooms, not Shakespeare's play. A Spanish-speaking U.S., what if it was this way? Welcome to Did You Know Today, exploring history's alternate way. Hit subscribe, join the ride.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to Did You Know? If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we're exploring a monumental what if that could have changed the identity of the United States forever. What if Spanish, not English, became the dominant language of the United States? To understand this alternate reality, we need to rewind the clock to the age of exploration. Let's start in the 16th century. Imagine if the Spanish Empire, instead of the British, had successfully colonized all of North America. In this timeline, Spain doesn't just stop at Florida or the Southwest. It expands its influence across the entire continent. Picture California, New York, and Texas not as states with English names, but as parts of a unified Spanish-speaking territory. Cities like Los Angeles and San Antonio might have grown into bustling hubs centuries earlier, while regions like New England could have adopted Spanish architecture, traditions, and even cuisine. But here's a question: would Spain's centralized governance have allowed for the same kind of independent spirit that led to the American Revolution? Or would the country have evolved into a completely different society? In this alternate timeline, Spanish is the language of the land. Imagine classrooms across the U.S. teaching Cervantes instead of Shakespeare, and official documents written in Spanish, not English. Picture American pop culture influenced by Spanish music, literature, and traditions. Hollywood might have been more like Madrid, producing films in Spanish and featuring stories steeped in Hispanic heritage. But here's the twist. Would this linguistic unity have created a stronger cultural identity, or would it have left room for less diversity and fewer immigrant influences over time? Now, let's think bigger. In a Spanish-speaking America, the U.S. might have aligned itself more closely with Latin America, creating a massive Spanish-speaking coalition of nations. This cultural and linguistic unity could have reshaped global politics, making Spanish the dominant language of diplomacy, trade, and power. Picture the United Nations conducting meetings in Spanish instead of English. Global commerce and education systems might prioritize Spanish fluency, altering the balance of global influence away from the English-speaking world. But here's the question: would this have made the Americas more united, or would it have created a different set of tensions between nations? Imagine how American culture itself might have evolved. Thanksgiving might not exist as we know it, replaced by festivals rooted in Hispanic traditions. Even the American dream might have taken on a new meaning, influenced by Spanish ideals of family, faith, and community. Picture sports leagues dominated by football instead of football, with soccer stadiums as iconic as Fenway Park or Yankee Stadium. Even the food landscape might look different. Tacos and paella replacing burgers and fries as national staples. But here's the dilemma. would the country still have been a melting pot of global cultures, or would Spanish dominance have overshadowed the multicultural identity the U.S. is known for today? Finally, let's consider how this alternate history might influence modern America. Would a Spanish-speaking U.S. still become a global superpower, or would its alignment with Spain have pulled it in a different direction? Imagine if the Enlightenment ideals that shaped the Constitution were replaced with Spanish colonial governance. Would democracy have flourished, or would the U.S. have taken a different political path? Picture a United States with a completely different cultural identity, still innovative, still influential, but shaped by the language and traditions of Spain instead of England. So there you have it, a world where Spanish became the dominant language of the United States, a reality filled with cultural shifts, political realignments, and a reimagined American identity. But now, we want to hear from you. If the U.S. had been a Spanish-speaking nation, how do you think it would have changed the world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of Did You Know? Thanks for watching, and remember, history is full of what-ifs that continue to shape the way we see the world. Next time, we're diving into an incredible question. What if time travel was real? Could AI help us unlock the secrets of the past and future? Don't miss it!
What if the war had turned the other way? A chilling world where the swastika stays. Nations erased, freedoms denied. A world reshaped on a darker side. Here's Did You Know? Exploring history's alternate way. Hit subscribe, join the ride. The lessons of the past will never hide.